It's April 26, 2018, and welcome to the special edition of Humber News. I'm Harjas Badial.
And I'm Katalia Wright. As another semester comes to an end, we reflect on the best of news. Harjas has her first story.
Thanks, Katalia. This is a story of an entrepreneur currently living out his dream job. Derek Noble shows us how you can turn your hobby into a career with some hard work and dedication. I went to Bolton to learn more about this unique little toy store.
Noble Toys is a local toy store located in Bolton, Ontario. It was founded by Derek Noble in 2016 and has been owned and run by Derek ever since. Derek has been buying and selling toys for the last 15 years. He was a machinist by trade, but he decided to turn his hobby into a full-time passion. The store is for all ages of kids, from hockey figures and dolls to comic book heroes, along with music and TV collector's items. Derek likes to keep his store unique by buying from 15 to 20 suppliers to always have what the customers want. He hopes to keep growing his brand.
We are actually in the midst of looking for a bigger location. We're only about 700 square feet. As you can see, it's pretty tight here. It's pretty crowded.
Derek doesn't let the major toy stores affect his own business.
I will carry a lot of things that Walmart and Toys R Us and stores like that carry, but I'm going to carry the unique items that are hard to find, that a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so sick of paying eBay prices, but come see me, I'm going to have that stuff.
He credits his store's success to his devoted customers.
So without regulars and word of mouth, I wouldn't have made it this long.
He also keeps his store active on social media.
That's been the biggest component, that people can see what we have, and that drives them here.
Derek Noble of Noble Toys shows how a strong social media presence and a loyal customer base can keep your business afloat and stay in competition with the other big toy stores out there. Derek looks to expand his business throughout the community to provide more for his customers. Harjas Badial, Humber News, Bolton.
Humber College celebrated Black History Month this February with a wide range of festivities. O'Neill Blair has more.
In Humber's Food Emporium, the first-year experience team threw a Black History event. This event ran from 12 to 3. Students were dancing to Caribbean beats in this event. All were welcome in the event, and the spokesperson said the event was all about inclusivity.
This is Black History Month celebration, and it's hosted by FYE, First Year Experience, and it's actually an annual event. And what we do, we try to incorporate all the cultures across the world that celebrate Black.
Among the event features, there were a sign about Black icons was on display, and Caribbean foods were available to try.
Yes, so we did have a dance instructor come out and teach us some carnival moves, so that was pretty cool to engage the students in.
The pink table gave out baked goods to students. This inclusive event brought together students and fostered relationships among their peers.
Amid balloons and patties, Humber concluded their Black History Month event. With dance tutorials and music videos shown across the food emporium, students felt welcome.
The event was filled with fun facts about President Obama and other Black American celebrities. Some students used Black History Month to reflect.
Looking back on the past experiences and the Black struggle.
O'Neill Blair, Humber News.
When eBooks hit the stage years ago, many thought the writing was on the wall for print books, but some bookstores are still going strong. Michelle Rojardine has more.
From Kindles to eBooks, media has been moving online at a very fast pace over the past 2 decades, but here at the Baca Phoenix bookstore, there's an indie fest going on, and the readers inside will tell you that they're not ready to turn the page on print.
The Baca Phoenix is the world's oldest science fiction and fantasy bookstore. Opened in 1972, the store has changed hands and locations, but the business has persevered. And that's despite the fact that, according to a new report, print sales have actually fallen in Canada. BookNet Canada's report found that print sales had fallen by 4% last year. At this sci-fi bookstore, however, print books are still very much in demand. The Indie Literary Fair showcases independent authors and publishers for a day of readings and interviews. And lucky for these authors, the report also shows that 84% of Canadians surveyed are interested in reading books from Canadian authors.
Lately, most of the books I've been reading have been from people I know, because authors are usually fairly accessible. And in Toronto, there's a like a Toronto-based sci-fi fantasy horror press called Cheesy Publications. They have a reading series every month that I go out to, and so I get to know the authors. Some of them are here, and so sitting there reading something by someone who you know and going, hey, they're good.
Print sales may be falling, but what about ebooks? PricewaterhouseCoopers released a global media and entertainment report for 2015 to 2019. The report had estimated that ebooks would be at least on par with print books by 2017, but that didn't happen. In fact, the report from BookNet found that 80% of books were purchased in print format in 2017. While ebooks haven't taken over, Sandra Kasturi from Cheesy Publications says there's still a market for them.
Well, we were one of the first people to really embrace ebooks right away. There were a lot of publishers who we talked to even 3 or 4 years later who were going, yeah, we're thinking about doing that ebook thing. And we're going, are you insane? Because actually a lot of our really steady income comes from ebook sales. And of course, no book returns, which is golden.
Steampunk fiction writer Rebecca Diem sells ebook copies of her work, although she says ebooks can't provide the same experience as print.
I think that it removes that personal connection, that kind of personal recommendation. Like, I love Goodreads, and I love like the reviews that people have on there. I love Bookstagram, but there's something to be said for having like that physical media and the way that you can pass it on to a friend, or like meet the author in person and have them sign it.
And looking at the demand for specialty bookstores around the city, it seems Toronto's bookworms would agree.
From Baca Phoenix over to the Humber Hawks, success seems to be strictly for the Birds. The women varsity basketball team were flying high all season. Paul Schubert has the highlights from one of the Hawks' biggest victories this year.
Crowds are screaming and playing is intense for the Humber Hawks in today's game, one that means great news for the team. In a fierce match against the St. Clair Saints, the Humber varsity women's basketball team proves that the college is ready for much more than a good game. Libby Marlett is a media student at the University of Guelph Humber. She says that the whole experience of supporting the Hawks is what she enjoys best about seeing the games live.
I love the atmosphere, I love the fans, I love how hard the athletes work and that I get to be part of that. And not being athletic, it's nice to support people who are.
But Marlett isn't the only person who enjoys the action from seeing the games live. With sweat pouring and crowds cheering, the game proves to be a positive, adrenaline-pumping event for everyone within the gym. Joe De Silva is a father of one of the Hawks athletes, his game being his first. He also says that he has learned how the timing set basketball apart from hockey.
Well, today I enjoyed the most that basketball's 4 quarters, because if it was only 1 quarter today, we would have gone into overtime. Had a slow start, but I really enjoyed as the Humber team really picked up in the second, third, and fourth quarter.
Spread over 4 quarters, the Hawks have been able to pick up the pace and keep playing. There are a number of fouls, there are a number of timeouts, there are also a number of emotionally charged moments. But despite all that, the varsity women's basketball team has proved that the game was still an achievable one, even in the midst of slower moments. Sharon McDonald is another major spectator at the event. She says that the game's outcome will mean great things will come about with the Humber Hawks.
It's definitely a boost. They got a really substantial win here, so their level of play is really good. So I don't know what else to say about them.
Culminating with a final score of 82-37, the Hawks finish off the regular season with a bang. Now with a finished game, the Humber women's varsity basketball team will now head into the playoffs. It will be a time where the team will continue to work hard, play hard, sweat hard, and give it their all. For Humber News, I'm Paul Schubert in Toronto.
Over in Mississauga, one man has been steadily winning a reputation as a successful DJ over the past 10 years. Michael Thomas sits down with Alex Salmon to discuss his career.
Alex Salmon is the name, and DJing has been his game since 2005. It's going to be summer soon, and DJ Skinsey is getting ready to make his round at the wedding season, as he calls it. Alex says the wedding season is all about meeting new people and expanding his network.
One of the nice things about wedding season is that you actually get to buy new gear and all that, get to network with people in the industry and all that. It's more of a networking based type of season, but it's looking great.
Alex's DJ business really took off when he started getting lots of promotions from sick kids. Each year, he takes his skills to the sick kids' annual summer picnic. Skinsey says it took a while to build his confidence.
Like once they saw my skills and everything, that's where everything started and things just turned really crazy out there.
But now that he has made his name for himself, he's more comfortable and things are looking good so far. DJ Skinsey has a huge collection of songs.
It goes all the way back to the 50s. And normally I never go that way back, but whenever I have a client that wants that popular demand of music for that certain crowd and stuff, I make sure that I'm actually satisfying that client. So
when Alex was creating the name DJ Skinsey, he wanted to create a brand that set him apart from the other DJs. With the way he mixes and the way he styles his beat, DJ Skinsey has definitely done that and has established his own unique label.
At Humber's North Campus, the student government Ignite had conducted their annual general meeting. Items discussed at the meeting will be shaping the Humber student experience for the upcoming academic year. Umair Farouk tells us what's in store.
The meeting started off with the director giving his opening statement about all 10 motions that were going to be brought up and discussed. Students were welcome to join and have their say on matters like the approval of the operating budget for this year and the motion to ratify the results of this year's elections.
We are all reaching a target and we're not just picking initiatives or projects that we see fit. We are moving into a target that our students tells us that they want us to achieve.
The highlight of the meeting was the plan called Next Level Project that Ignite came up with during the summer. Next Level is a platform that allows students to have their say and give feedback on their experiences at Humber College.
It's us gathering feedback from students to develop a strategic plan so that we know what to give students. Instead of us just figuring out on our own what students want, this is us reaching out to students.
They say the feedback they will receive will enhance and shape the future of students at the college for years to come. Muhammad Hassan, president of the Architectural Design Student Association, says he's happy the way Ignite conducted the meeting.
I really appreciate the participatory nature of it. They always constantly ask questions, being able to say, hey, look, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to speak out. No holds barred, you can speak whatever.
Although the majority of the students are content with the way Ignite operates, some still think there's room for improvement.
Some study rooms, they are a bit dirty. Some of them need to be updated. There are some issues, like even the room up there, there's some lights that aren't fully functioning. There are some tables that are broken, that kind of stuff.
The meeting was broadcasted live on Facebook into Humber College's Lakeshore campus. Students from Lakeshore also participated in the annual general meeting by voting on motions and asking questions. All 10 motions were approved by the students at Humber College, and they seem optimistic for the plans that Ignite has in store for them. For Humber News, I'm Umair Farouk.
But it's not all business at Humber's North Campus. While the Indigenous Arts Festival kicks off in Toronto in June, Humber had its own exhibit earlier this year.
I'd love to invite you to come and look at the art.
Humber's own Aboriginal Resource Centre and Humber Galleries co-created this year's annual art exhibition celebrating Indigenous spirit. Using contemporary art, the two organizations hope to strengthen the understanding of Humber's community on Indigenous culture. The annual event was inspired by Indigenous students after receiving negative comments about their culture. They decided to express their culture through art.
That all Aboriginal art was like Nora Morso type of stuff, but we had, like every other culture, we've evolved and we've grown, and this selection this year really showcases that, and that Indigenous art can be anything.
Humber Gallery says this year marks the face of the renewal. They have changed their mandate to encourage collaboration and are partnering with the Aboriginal Resource Centre to provide more in-depth learning opportunities. This event is just one in the 3 exhibitions that the two are co-representing this year.
Humber offers some buzzworthy programs and certificates, like Sustainable Urban Beekeeping. It's a new offering from the Arboretum, with several events and courses through the year, including how to build a beehive. Patrick Simpson has more on this story.
Builders alike hammered away at the Humber Arboretum to construct their very own beehive. The attendees used hammers, nails, and even their own hands to craft a usable beehive out of wooden parts. Event hosts and veteran beekeepers Fran Freeman and John Kaufman guided the builders throughout the event, all the while teaching attendees the best way to build their hive.
Part of it is it's kind of a community event. There's a bunch of them learning together, and we did this last year, and we found that a lot of the people taking the course and taking this particular workshop kept up friendships that they made.
One of the builders at the event was Sarah Rodriguez, who was a digital marketeer for Port Canada. She said she took the beehive event as part of her beekeeping certificate and plans to put her hive on her new property.
I'm not like super handy with tools, so some of my stuff wobbles a little bit, but I'm gonna get my husband, who's a little better at it, to fix it for me. It's really good for the environment, and I mean, who doesn't love free honey? So I would encourage anyone, even if you only have a small space, to give it a shot.
But Sarah wasn't the only student building their own hive, because Humber student Raymond Lowe was also hammering away at his future bee home. Lowe is a first-year landscape student who is looking forward to using his hive to make honey for the fall and to get experience in the beekeeping field.
Beekeeping sounds fun, so and I'm learning landscape stuff, so it's kind of all related. So something I want to learn more. Try it yourself, like explore more, just have fun.
The event was open to anyone both experienced and new to the field. And throughout the beehive construction, builders were treated to coffee, tea, and even some honey. Beehive construction is just one of the many events happening here at Humber Arboretum, such as maple syrup harvesting and nature hikes. For more information, check out the Humber Arboretum website.
That's it for our best of edition of Humber News. I'm Harjas Bayal.
And I'm Katalia Wright. Thanks for watching.